Hi, Joellen. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Fabulous. Beautiful day in Chicago.
Yeah, it's overcast here today.
We had lots of rain yesterday. It was very strong. So you're probably getting some of that same weather.
Yes, we are. I'm trying to adjust my settings here. Okay, can you see my picture, but you can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I find that I get better. Everything works better when I don't do the picture, or when I do the picture instead of me. So
Well, it probably takes fewer computer resources.
I think so.
So we'll give everybody a couple minutes to hop on the call. I'm excited
Sure.
about today's topic.
Here's Sue.
Hey,
Hi.
Sue.
Hi, Sue.
Hiya. Better.
How are you, Sue?
Oh, I'm not bad, thanks. Yeah, yeah.
Good.
My coffee morning was on Sunday.
How did that go?
Well, it was nice at the time, but I'm sort of feeling a bit like I didn't do a good job at the end when I was telling them about my programs and stuff. I think I downplayed it a bit too much, really. I was just trying to be casual with it, but I think I just, yeah, I don't know. Um, anyway, we had a nice morning. But the only thing about it was nobody from my list who I didn't already know came. And those are the people I was hoping would come. People who'd signed up, to my website, but I hadn't actually met. So I don't know whether to try doing another one or not.
Did you have anybody sign up for your workshop?
No. On the
Nobody.
day, you mean? No. No.
How many people do you have in your workshop now?
How many people am I looking for to fill the workshop?
How many do you
Six.
have now?
One. Well, that
One.
has signed up altogether. Yeah,
Okay.
one who I don't know. I've never met her.
Well, what I would do is go back to the people who were at your coffee chat and individually follow up with them.
Okay.
Make a phone call and make an offer, invite them to the workshop, really focus on the outcome that they will get by
Okay.
attending that day.
Okay.
And that is the tricky thing about making offers, whether it's at a casual event like a coffee chat or a more formal event like a seminar that we're holding or up to a multi-day workshop. There is some skill involved in selling from the stage,
Mm,
whether it's a little event or a larger event. And the larger the event, the more money at stake, the more skills are required.
right.
So that is a little disappointing.
Well, to be honest, when nobody who I didn't know signed up, I was kind of expecting that. I put a 2-week limit on that lower price before it goes up. So I'll remind them about that as well. And I did say to them, if you know anyone who you think might benefit. So I'm going to get in touch with them and stress that part of it again. And one person who was my one-to-one client last autumn in the fall, she brought a friend who I didn't know. So, but I realized afterwards I didn't get her contact details.
Oh.
So I may ask my ex-client if she could, yeah,
Sue, did you
pass it
write
on.
a script of what you said when you made your offer?
I didn't write it down, but I went through it several times because what I did was I made a little pack for them to take away that had some details about the two things that I was offering, plus a page about the offer about the bonus for them, and just the sheets that we did on the day.
Linda?
Hi.
Hi, welcome to the call.
Thank you.
We had a little bit of feedback there. I wasn't sure where it was coming from. It seemed like it was coming from your end, but everything sounds okay now.
Yeah, I don't have anything going, so.
Okay, it must have just been the video call. You know, technology, I'm just delighted today that I was able to get the Google Hangout launched without any computer updating issues going on and all that stuff that I had going on the last time where it took like an hour, it seemed. I shut my computer down, I think 20 minutes before the call, and then it was like all hell broke loose. So today I made sure that I did it an hour ahead of time to make sure that there were no issues. So delighted that everything seems to be working. Well, welcome everyone to this call today. I'm extremely excited about this topic, which is I changed the name of it. I renamed it to Voyage of Marketing Messages. And I'm hoping by the end of this call today, this video call, that you will understand when a buyer is making a decision to purchase something from us, that there is a decision-making process that they go through, and our marketing messages need to match the stage of the buying process that they're at, whether they're at feeling emotional at a particular stage or whether they're looking for facts and figures and logic. So that is what we are going to be covering today. And there will be a mission, of course, at the end of our call today where you will be tasked with an assignment to review, create your framework of marketing messages, and then correlate that to the marketing tools that you are using to generate attention and interest and move someone through the sales funnel in your business. So how does this sound? This is all good stuff. All right, I'm going to get right into, okay, here's some feedback. Let me see here. Hopefully I won't have to put on my microphone or my headset. We just might have. Let me get it. I'll be right back. Okay. Can you see my PowerPoint slide?
Yes.
Okay, I still hear feedback, so let me. I'm going to mute everybody. How do things sound now?
You're clear here.
Okay, good. I'm hearing some feedback. All right, here we can get going here. Excuse me. The topic today is Voyage of Marketing Messages. To successfully take people through a buying decision in your business, you need to find the right balance between satisfying logical and emotional needs that your prospect has. And you need to satisfy the different types of need in a particular order. So typically in this emotional buying journey, we start with emotion, move on to logic when people are looking for proof. And we start with emotion. Let me just back up for a second here. We start with emotion because we want to trigger those pain points that people are feeling when they're having a problem. And we have to emotionally trigger those rather than logically, because logically people will not pay attention to us. Once we trigger the emotions, then we move on to logic, where people are looking for facts and proof that what we have to offer really works. And then once they're satisfied with that, then they move back to emotion. They want to feel good. They want to feel like this problem will be solved. They want to feel happy and optimistic. So once again, then we move into the emotional piece of our marketing. You've probably heard of the USP, or unique selling proposition. This makes us believe there is one magic message that if we discover what it is, that people will buy our products. In reality, there's a series of connected messages that differ according to the thought process a person is going through at the time and in relation to a marketing decision. So just checking in with everyone. Can you hear me okay? Can you see the slides okay? Just give me a thumbs up.
No slides.
No slides right now, but can you see me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure I have everything's on board here. Okay. So I'd like to ask you, and if you want to speak, you may have to unmute yourself. How do you make a buying decision? Suppose we have a family, or you have a family, or you know someone and they're having their first child, and the place they're living isn't suitable for raising children for one reason or another. How do they make a decision about what type of home to buy? What do they consider? Any ideas from any of you? What do they consider? How do they go through that decision-making process when they're deciding what type of home to buy?
More space, a garden to play in,
Yes.
things like that.
This is Joellen. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Joellen.
I think the first thing people think of besides the house is the neighborhood they're going to live in. That's really what people feel is most important, the neighborhood and where the best schools are.
So they're thinking about the neighborhood, the schools, perhaps. Is the neighborhood a safe one to live in?
Yes.
Okay. So those are all fairly logical things, aren't they?
Yes.
Where it's located, the number of rooms a home has, what are the schools like, how close in proximity is it to the parents' work? Now there's probably a number of homes that a family is looking at to buy that has very similar characteristics. It's a home with 4 bedrooms, it has a nice sized yard, it's in a good school district. How do you think they ultimately make the decision? Is it a logical decision or is it an emotional decision?
I believe it's an emotional decision. And the reason I say that is the home that I'm living in right now, even though I don't have young children, the minute I walked into the house, I knew it was the right house.
Did it make you feel a certain way?
Yes, I felt at home. This is my home.
Okay. So even though all the logical pieces were in place, the house had certain features and characteristics, it was your emotions that finally triggered you in making the decision to buy a particular home.
Yes, and I'll just add one other piece to it. I made the mistake of saying that in front of the listing agent. So, of course, that got in the way of negotiations, but ultimately we got the house. So.
Oh, you can always walk away. That's the number one rule of negotiations, is always be willing to walk away. So you can feel very emotional about the house and love it, but as long as you're willing to walk away, you still have strength in your corner.
True.
Okay.
True.
All right. So buying, that really demonstrates why buying is really an emotional decision that our potential clients are going through. Even though logic is considered, decision is driven by heart and emotion. A buying decision really is a journey that our clients are going through. What I have here on slide number 3 is a little chart that outlines the different steps in the decision-making journey that our clients are going through. You can think of it as a chart. You can also think of it as a funnel. And when we put our sales funnel together, depending on the marketing activities that we're doing at a particular point in time and the messages associated with those activities, they will correlate to a stage in your sales funnel. And we'll get more into the sales funnel in next month's call. What we are addressing today are the messages that will correlate to the different stages in the sales funnel. So the steps in the decision-making journey are awareness, interest, evaluation, trial, adoption, and advocacy or loyalty. Your task, if you look at each of those different steps and look to the right, for awareness, your task is to be there. It's to be present. It's to be visible so that your potential clients will notice you and will see you. Your message at this stage in the funnel is, do you feel like this? Are you having these problems? Is this getting in the way of success or what you want? At this stage, emotion is very high and logic is very low. At the interest stage, you've gotten someone's attention. They've noticed you, whether it be through social media posts or an article that they read online, or perhaps you met them at a networking event. You've gotten their interest. Now your task is to be relevant. They recognize a problem that they have because of a conversation, an article, a post that you messaged. Now you're communicating, this is what you can do about it to solve this problem. And at this stage, emotion is medium and logic is medium. And you can see as we move through the different steps in the funnel, in the decision-making journey that a potential client is going through, that in the awareness stage, we start with very high emotion, and then it starts to drop off in the interest and evaluation stages. Evaluation and trial, it becomes very low. And it becomes very low, emotion becomes very low at these stages because you've gotten somebody's interest, you've told them what they can do about it, now they are evaluating what you've got to see if it really works. So let me ask you now, at this stage where somebody is evaluating and they're taking a look at what you have, how might you prove that what you have works? How might you prove that to someone who's evaluating your products and services?
Testimonials?
Yes. Testimonials is one way. Any others? Could be case studies that we've written up. Some other sort of proof, 4 out of 5 people got X results, where it's more statistical, rather than just saying, hey, I tripled my list size. It could be stated 4 out of 5 people added 1,000 people to their list in 30 days. It's more statistical. Any other ideas how we might provide this social proof that people are looking for? Joellen or Linda, do you have any ideas? Hey, Joellen.
I'm thinking it could be using a time-tested methodology which has proven successful for many years. Something like that. That's probably a little more intangible. But it's almost like, okay, if you think about Weight Watchers, again, I'm not a wellness coach or, diet coach, but people who go on Weight Watchers, they know that it's been a proven successful program since the late 70s, and more, I mean, it has longevity in the marketplace. That's the first example that I can think of.
Hmm. So they have some sort of numbers and proof to back it up. It could be perhaps the number of people who have gone successfully through the program and met their goal, how much weight has been lost, how long the weight has been kept off. So to collect this, they've probably done some sort of surveys. They've collected information from participants.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same thing we want to do in our programs. Is testimonials and endorsements are a very good way to get social proof. A more powerful way is to survey our clients before they begin a program to find out what their beginning state is, and then survey them at different points throughout the program. If it's a short-term program, say a month or 3-month program, maybe we're surveying them at the beginning and the end of the program. If it's a longer-term program, say 6 or 9 or 12 months, we're probably surveying them periodically throughout that time period.
Mm-hmm.
To measure their actual results. So proof is really important in this stage. That is the evaluation stage. Your task is to be proven, and this is where your potential clients are looking for evidence that what you do really works. And you can see in this stage that the emotion is very low and logic is high. They're looking for facts and figures. In the trial stage, your task is to be valuable. This is what you need to know to make it happen. This is the assessment you can take. This is the ebook that you can read. This is the program that you can invest in. Emotion is low, logic is high. At this point in time, they're looking for features. What is the price? What is the program? Does it work? Is it quality? Those sorts of things. In the adoption stage, this is where emotion starts to kick back in. And if you've ever read a sales page, which I believe each of you has, a sales page online, you'll recognize the wording where you might read something that says, imagine how great life will be when X happens. This is when emotion is starting to kick back in, and logic and emotion are equal at this amount of time, so people are still looking for some of those things that are going to reassure them that the purchase will be a good one. They make a purchase and they become advocates and very loyal. Your task is to be consistent. You're checking in with them. Is everything still great? Emotion is high and logic is very low at this point in time. This is the buying decision journey that your potential clients go through, beginning at the very start of their journey where they first learn about you until they purchase a product and they become a loyal client. So we have to tailor our messages depending on what stage of the journey your clients are in. And you will have people at all different stages of these decision-making journeys at all points in time. So that is why it's so very important to be using a variety of marketing tactics to communicate our marketing messages to our potential client prospects as well as our prospects. We need to keep communication going. You're familiar with this. There's two types, two types of emotions. We have positive emotions such as love, joy, gratitude, hope, inspiration. There are negative emotions, frustration, anxiety. Someone may be feeling fearful, they're unhappy. And it's really important in our marketing to balance the use of each of these emotions. Negative emotions are most effective for initiating action. People naturally will seek to relieve pain more than they will seek to gain pleasure. Because of this, negative emotions work very well at the top of the funnel In the awareness and interest stages, as the previous chart showed, positive emotions are used throughout the sales funnel, this decision-making journey, but they really shine in the adoption and loyalty stages. This is because they make people feel good and reduce their sense of risk. Positivity also builds loyalty and advocacy. And the awareness and interest stages is where we aim to get someone to find out more about our offer. And when you hit a negative emotional trigger, it means that they will want to do something to relieve that pain. Really, really important. So I'd just like to check in with you now. Is this information useful to you to know?
Absolutely. Now, I'm unable to see the PowerPoint. It's okay if I can't, but because I know there was some technical confusion when we started the call, but I can see it afterwards. That's okay.
Okay, Sue and Linda, can you see the PowerPoint?
No.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Shoot. Let me pull it back up. I don't know why it does this sometimes, so let me pull it back up. I'll go through the slides.
Yeah, the information's great, though. I was taking notes, and sometimes that's better when you're forced to take notes.
That's not the way it's supposed to work, though.
Oh, that's okay. I didn't want to interrupt because the flow was going really well.
Oh, no. Can you see it now?
All I see is black.
Really?
I see a small version of it. I see a small vision, Benita, where your picture should be. It's like replacing your picture.
Oh, really?
There.
Now I see it. Oh, I saw it a minute ago. It
It's
jumped
there.
back.
Do you see it?
Mine.
Now I see it. Now I see it. There it is.
Okay.
Perfect.
Well, let's go through this real quick. So there's my beautiful home in Florida that I'm going to be buying.
Woo!
Yeah. So this is a slide where I was talking about buying decision is a journey where logic is considered, which leads to a decision being made by heart. We were talking about the home, and it has 4 rooms, and it has a yard and a wonderful neighborhood and good schools, but in the end, we choose the home that feels good to us. So these are all the different steps in the decision-making journey: awareness, interest, evaluation, trial, adoption, and advocacy. Can you still see the slides okay?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So I'll give you a moment to take a look at this. You can see on the right 2 columns is where I have emotion and logic, and emotion is either high or low, and the same for logic, either high, low, medium, all different degrees. So we start with emotion being high. When we get to the middle of the funnel, emotion becomes low and logic becomes high, and then at the bottom of the funnel, emotion once again rises to the top and becomes medium high, and logic is medium low. So this is the buying decision journey that a potential client goes through. And awareness is where we're generating interest, having people become aware of who we are. This is a slide about the positive and negative emotions. Unfortunately, people do seem to respond to negative emotions. When we trigger those pain points, they're seeking to solve a problem rather than gain pleasure. So that is one of the challenges when we're selling a product that is supposed to make people feel good. People will usually pay first to avoid pain and solve a problem than they will to gain pleasure. Real important to use positive emotions throughout all of your marketing communications at all stages, because we really don't want to turn anybody off. We don't want to alienate anyone. We don't want to put anyone down. or shame anyone. It's called shame marketing. That's the type of marketing where it's really negative, and it really can be hurtful marketing, but that can really backfire. Okay, I think we're back on track. I think what I'm going to do is keep the PowerPoint up rather than flipping back and forth. I think that's where we get messed up. In this slide, we're talking about the point of pain and sorrow. So you've undoubtedly been told to focus on the point of pain in marketing, but the point of pain you must focus on in your marketing is emotional. It's not logical pain. In this little chart here, I have an example of what a pain might be. A pain is someone needs a job. The logical thing they need to do is write a resume. The emotional trigger is a lack of money, stresses them out. And that is what we need to focus on when we're first trying to get someone's attention, is the emotional triggers. So for example, if we're doing a social media post, or we're writing an article about getting a job, we don't want to focus the article on how to write a resume. We want to focus on those emotional triggers first, at least in the headline, to get somebody's attention. I have two other examples for you. Someone needs storage. They have a lot of stuff in their home and not enough space for everything, so they need to find a storage unit. That's a very logical thing that they need, which is all these things in the logical column are actually features. A feature: I need a resume, I need a storage unit, I need to write a marketing plan. Yet to get through and generate awareness and interest, we need to go emotional. Any questions about the point of pain before we move on to negativity? Just talking a little bit about negativity. Okay. Looping back, we must be really cautious when using negativity in our marketing messages. Digging too deep of a pit can backfire. People can get overwhelmed and not seek any help. They will also feel manipulated, demoralized, shamed, violated. Really important, if we use any negative marketing messages, that we quickly provide remedying positive feeling, that you feel this way, but this is how you can feel, that people can start to move towards. So we don't want to hang too long in the negative world, the negative messaging that we are putting out there. Most of us have the right messages. We've been marketing quite a long time. We've been working on our elevator pitches. We've been writing articles. We've been advertising programs. Most of us have the right messages. What's usually wrong is the order that we use these messages. For example, people many times will start with logic, facts, and statistics when they're trying to sell a program, rather than starting with emotions. When we start with logic and facts, people just tune us out. They just don't notice us at all. Listing facts and figures does not tickle the emotional box of people. When you trigger an emotional response, people will become more interested, because once they see the problem that you're tickling, they get excited about the solution and they switch into a logical frame of mind to verify that you can help them. Remember, this is in the middle stages of the funnel, the adoption and the trial stages. This is where they start to evaluate. I hear what you're saying. It makes sense to me. I'm interested. Now, what do you have, and does it really work? That's the process that they're going through. And once they've decided that it works, they start getting excited, and then that is when they will purchase. They're looking for proof. that the promise you've made to solve their problem works. And we've already talked about how to provide proof. This is where you would have testimonials, endorsements, case studies. It's crucial to have. If people can't substantiate claims, they will cross us off their list and say, you can't help me. Once people are satisfied with your product, that it does what you say it does, and the features that you noted, such as price, what they get, how long it takes to get relief from the problem, whether it fits in their budget, and considering what else they have going on in their lives, then they will switch back to that place of emotion. At the beginning of the journey, we're pricking a pain point. At the end of the journey, we're giving a sense of relief, and our potential clients are envisioning themselves enjoying the outcome of whatever it is that we have to offer. All right, I'd like to hear from you again and ask you a question. What's your favorite kind of donut? Sue.
Anything with chocolate.
Love chocolate. I love chocolate filling. Chocolate cake, one of my favorites. Sue and Joellen, what's your favorite kind of donut?
Maple glazed.
Ooh, that sounds yummy.
Yeah, I have two actually. I like jelly-filled sugar donuts,
Ooh.
and then I like the, I guess the chocolate cake donuts that Dunkin' Donuts makes.
Yes, with the glazing. Does it have
Yeah.
glazing on it?
Yes.
Yes, anything with glazing. I happen to love apple fritter donuts.
Ooh.
Yeah, where they have little tiny pieces of apple and raisins, and they're glazed. I love that type of donut.
Yummy.
Yes. So how long does it take you to, excuse me, to decide to buy a donut or not?
2 seconds.
Yeah, a few seconds. It's like I see it.
I know what I want. When I see it, I will get it.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
And you don't have to think too long about it, do you?
Nope. And if they don't have what you want, it's like, that's it. I don't want anything else. There's no substitute.
Right. Don't waste the calories, right?
Exactly.
That's how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
This is
So-
cruel. I missed lunch. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to remember to post more pictures of food at this time. Those look really yummy too, don't
They
they?
look awesome.
Yeah, they're beautiful donuts. So, you know, donuts don't cost a lot of money, so we can make a decision very quickly whether or not we want one. And as all of you so eloquently pointed out, you see it, you like it, you want it, you buy it, you eat it. The donut grabbed your
Regret it.
attention. Yeah, it happened real fast, real fast.
Yep. Gotta go work on the cross trainer. Oops.
Yeah. I know now I'm hungry myself.
Mm-hmm.
So grabbing someone's attention happens in seconds. A person will either notice us or they won't. As they start considering buying from us, they will gradually increase the amount of time that they'll devote to learning more about our products and our services. So when you're thinking again about that funnel where you're putting messages out there to generate awareness, within a few seconds they're going to decide whether or not they're going to pay attention or not. And once they've grabbed your attention and they're in that awareness stage, they'll start paying attention to you in longer pockets of time. Instead of something just coming in their vision and then moving away, they'll take some time to learn about whatever we have going on, whatever that message is, whatever we're promoting, whatever we're putting out there. Here's a very important note. The more expensive the purchase, the longer time the buying process, the decision-making process will take. There's no hard and fast rules about this, but you saw a donut. It's not very expensive. It's not a considered purchase. We decide whether we want it in a few seconds or not. However, if we're spending thousands of dollars, it can take us weeks or months to make that decision to finally invest in a product. So we need to have a series of messages that we are communicating over time to lead our clients, our potential clients, on that journey, that decision-making journey to finally decide to buy our product. So again, if we're selling something very inexpensive, people can decide quickly. If it's something that costs more money, it will take them longer to make a decision. This is how all this relates to your marketing messages. Engagement begins with your content, your marketing materials, and activities that happen over time. And I have a list of different activities with messages, of course, that would correlate with each of those activities that someone may go through on a journey when they first hear about you. They might hear about you from someone else. Maybe someone you knew, a past client, referred you to one of their friends. This person found out about you, they checked out your website, and they read a blog post. They follow you in social media, and they see your social media posts. You promote your freebie, and they decide to download your freebie because the topic interested them. They consume your freebie, they get your e-zine, read your articles, your promotions, they decide to attend a free webinar. From that webinar, perhaps they decide to register for a low-cost, high-value educational seminar. They invest in whatever your offer is that you're promoting on the webinar, and they become a loyal client. So you can see this is quite a journey that somebody is taking through your business. And I think it also points out that there are a number of not only different ways that we have to offer so people can engage with us, but all of these things have different messages as well. And these messages interlock with emotion, logic, emotion. And Sue, I believe in, you may recall this, it was in the 30-day open house virtual business salon program. We talked about the logic sandwich. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yes, yes, that's what this is all about. We begin with emotion. Emotion is the top piece of bread. Logic is the meat in the sandwich, and emotion is the bottom piece of bread as well. So you can think of this as the logic sandwich. Any questions so far? Any comments, insights? What do you think about this stuff?
Now, like in my retail business, say I'm at a vendor fair,
Mm-hmm.
my job is to take them through this entire process within about 3 to 5 minutes for the impulse purchase.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where I make my money in that arena.
Mm-hmm. It can happen very quickly. And I think it depends also, depending on the type of person who's seeing your jewelry for the first time, they may buy something inexpensive, an easy purchase, something that's like a donut.
Right.
It's an easy buy, then you get them on your list, and then over time they will invest in the higher dollar products. Does that seem about how it works in your business, Linda?
Most of the time. Again, it depends on the person, where they're at financially,
Mm-hmm.
and if they've really connected to something. For example, a person who's never been able to wear silver because of reacting.
Mm-hmm.
And, they slip a necklace on, I let them try something, they're not itching, they'll buy it because it's the first silver they've been able to wear.
Mm-hmm.
So at
So
that point, the price is not as important as the ability to do something they haven't been able to do, which is solving a pain that they've had.
yes. Yes, and it's been a big pain. They can't wear earrings because their ears get itchy. They can't wear jewelry because it always makes them break out in hives and itch or something worse. So they have a big pain, don't they?
Exactly.
So I can see where that could happen very quickly for you. Whereas someone else who's not quite ready to make that investment may make a smaller investment. But we always begin with the emotion, the logic, the emotion. Here's the emotion. You won't itch. You won't hurt. You won't get sore. This is silver. You know what percent silver it is. I don't know. How do you talk about your silver, Linda?
I talk about it as, starting with silver bars.
Mm-hmm.
We don't melt down used stuff. And that seems to, people respond to that when you talk about most jewelry is made from melted down used jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it's perfectly okay, the first reaction is, ew.
Right. And you don't know what the silver content is. And I'm sure they measure it because silver jewelry has a certain percent silver content in it.
And it's not the silver content, it's the trace.
The trace.
All,
Okay.
that it's like mystery meat, except it's mystery metal.
I want the real silver. I want that silver ingot in my basement.
But when you can compare it to, people have heard the term mystery meat. You don't know what's in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the mystery metal. You don't
I
know
get
what's
it.
in it.
I get it. You don't know what you're getting.
And that's what you're probably allergic to, is
Uh-huh.
what you don't know is in there.
Exactly. Exactly. And then they're delighted with their purchase. They put the jewelry on. It looks beautiful on them. They're excited. They feel good. They feel beautiful, and they buy.
Exactly. Unless they get stuck in the logic piece. And that's where sometimes there's a lot more work because they'll do the paralysis by analysis.
Yes. Just understanding this decision-making journey, Linda, do you think this will help you now in your interactions with your potential clients, say at a trade show, knowing this process?
Yeah, because it needs to be a habit, because your attention can be diverted or whatever, and to focus and keep that process moving. Because there's 101 things to sometimes be kind of staying aware of in a public place like that.
Mm-hmm.
And keeping the focus and keeping the person moving. Because if they have a moment to get stuck, they will.
Mm-hmm.
Or some will.
And I
get
think
a high C in there, and it's just all kinds of fun.
Yeah, high cautious person. Yes.
They need to know every detail, every fact, everything, even though they want it.
Mm-hmm.
They have to have that need filled because that's them.
Mm-hmm. And that is where, if they can't make a decision that day, and some people will not be able to make a decision that day, that is where I'm sure you make the invitation to get on your mailing list, and they'll receive special offers and sales and promotions and that sort of thing. Some people, it does take longer for them to go through this decision-making process than others. Okay, that was a great example, Linda. Thank you for sharing. Okay, in this chart here, what I have put together for you, and this actually is something that will be one of your assignments. This is where we are integrating the marketing messages depending on the different steps in the decision-making journey. So you can see I have the same steps: awareness, interest, evaluation, trial, adoption, and advocacy. On the right-hand side, I have the key message. This is the type of information that you want to communicate at each different step in this decision-making journey. So for example, in the awareness stage, where your task is to be there and capture attention, your key message may focus on, and I have an example here, figuring out that, and this is for like a business coach, figuring out how to grow your business is complex and you don't know all you need to know or have the experience that you need. So do you ever feel this way? And my marketing messages may tie in with that message. In interest, so I've gotten someone's attention. In the interest stage, this is where you are communicating, this is what you can do about this problem. You can learn about business strategy, marketing, sales, leadership. This is where you might state some typical results that someone will get by learning about these different things. You have someone's interest. Now they want to evaluate what you have to offer to see how it has worked for others. You can see at this stage emotion is low, and this is where the logic kicks in and is very high. I have some examples of the different types of things to communicate at this stage in the process. How, a time, energy, money, quality, dependability, could be functionality, the features, all those things that people are going to be looking at when they are making a decision whether to invest in what you have or not. The trial period, this is what you can do to make it happen. You can request a 20-minute consult. You can take an assessment. You can try out our services for a 30-day trial period with a money-back guarantee. Now, these key messages will be different depending on your business. I'm sure you've already figured that out, but I just wanted to point that out as well. Adoption, this is where the emotion starts to kick back in. You can shorten your learning curve to achieve financial success and create a business that has meaning for you and serves others. And then advocacy, this is where you have ongoing communications with your clients, your customers. Is there anything else that we can do for you to help you achieve the financial success, business success that you desire? So this will be one of your assignments, is to integrate all of your marketing messages through this decision-making journey that your potential clients, your customers will go through. Here's your toolkit. Excuse me. This will also be another assignment. What I'd like you to do is, for each step in the decision-making process in the funnel, is to then identify what are the key tools that you will use, the key marketing tools, to communicate these different marketing messages. And I have given you some examples. For the awareness stage, it could be your daily updates on social media. It could be Facebook ads. It could be your in-person networking or speaking. These are some examples. They're not the only key tools that you could use. They are probably the most frequently used. And in parentheses at the bottom of the awareness, I put under the key tools your big why, what's wrong, what's possible, your story, your journey, your USP. These are all the things that we have been working on the last couple months in the virtual business salon. These are things that you will also be communicating at this stage, because they're very emotional, aren't they? They're very emotional. In the interest stage, in the interest step of the funnel, this is where emotion is medium. This is where you offer your freebies. You might have your weekly blog post, your articles, your bi-monthly newsletter. You could have a direct mail piece that you're sending out. You've gotten someone's attention. Now they're starting to pay attention to you. They're starting to consume what you've got. The next stage in the decision-making process is, okay, I'm interested, but who is this person? Does what they have to offer really work? And this is where they're going to be looking for proof. So emotion is low, logic is high. This might be also the stage where they decide to try you out in some small way. They might come to a free event or low-cost event of yours. And Sue, your coffee chat is a good example of an event in this trial stage of the process. My business salon events that I hold in my home on an occasional basis are an example of this type of event. It could be a monthly free webinar seminar that I offer where people can try me out and see what it's like. They finally decide to make a purchase in the adoption, and it could be a low dollar purchase. However, it could also be a higher dollar purchase. Just like Linda pointed out, someone can make that decision very quickly to buy a very expensive piece of jewelry or invest in a high-end program that we have to offer. I've had people make decisions, meet them 1 week, and 3 weeks later, they've invested in my highest price program. And advocacy, emotion is high, so we're tracking customer results, we're tracking customer satisfaction, maybe we're sending out coupons or awards for successful program completion. We're rewarding our clients, but we're also trying to keep them engaged and investing in our programs. Maybe we have some social events. So these are all different tools that you can have in your marketing message toolkit that you can use at each stage in the process. So what I will do is open it up for questions. Your mission will be to create your key integrated messages. Now let me go back. That would be this handout here. I will have this already completed for you, so all you really need is to complete this key message column. The second piece of your mission is to create your key message toolkit, and this will be these things here in the right-hand column. For each of these different steps, what are the tools, the message tools, that you will use for each of these different steps? Post your mission no later than Tuesday, June 23rd at noontime Central Time to be entered in a drawing to win a prize. I'll have a new prize this month. The last 2 months we had an Amazon gift card. I will be coming up with a new prize for this drawing. I will also post a thread on the Facebook forum, on the discussion forum, where you can post your completed assignments. And of course, if you have any questions or you get stuck, be sure to post in the group and before the 22nd, and we'll help you out. I also have an additional resource for you about the unique selling proposition. I decided not to go into that today because really all the pieces of your UVP or USP are really part of this whole journey. It's how you put it all together. So I've given you a website link that you can visit to read more about the USP or UVP as it is known. So I'm going to stop sharing this for now. All right. Is everybody still here? Looks like it. Any questions about anything that we covered today or the assignment?
I think it's pretty clear.
Okay, good.
So this is Joellen, and just to make sure I have it clear, that grid that you showed us, our job is to fill in what our messages are in that far right column?
Yes, yes, and I will be posting Excel spreadsheets that you can use. or it could be Word. Maybe it'll be a Word. I already have them in Word, so I'll just do it that way. I'll post the table so that you can just complete it. But yes, you're putting your own messages in those different stages of the decision-making journey. And what we're really looking for is alignment. I'm sure that as you go through this exercise, you may find that, I was jumping into logic way too soon, and I need to be more emotional in this stage than maybe I have been. And, I'm thinking about like social media posts, or if we're sending out promotional emails to our list, maybe we're getting too factual. Maybe we need to be adding some more emotion into them than we are to generate that interest. Sue, how's it sound for you? Doable?
Yeah, it sounds really good because I think in the past I think I've emphasized the negative things about not being creative for people more than how it would be for them if they were able to express their
Mm-hmm.
creativity. So I think I haven't had the right balance in the past.
So yes, balance. I think balance, that you hit on it, is balancing the positive and the negative emotions. And I tend to lean more toward the positive emotions because I've just moved away from all that negative marketing. But I think having some pain points, we definitely need them, even if we address them very, very quickly and then move into the positive emotions right away. I think that's good. All right, so what I will do is I will post the charts for you so that you can complete them. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them on the Facebook forum. I'm there. I'm looking. I want to help you be successful. And practice using your messages as well. When you're posting on Facebook or you're writing a sales page, when you really think about it, a sales page on a website goes through that entire journey, doesn't it?
Yes.
So the next time you read a sales page, see if you can identify the different pieces, that journey that the writer, if it's written well, is taking you through. And Joellen, you were saying?
Yes, I had a question. Were you referring to a resource earlier in this call, something about sales page online? I don't know if that was something you posted or if you just meant looking at sales pages online just in a general term. So
yes, I was just referring to sales pages in a general sense.
Okay.
That the way that they are written, they're taking you through that emotional journey. Do you have this pain and problem? Do you associate with this? Is this how you feel? Well, this is what you can do about it. Here's my program. Here's the features and so forth. And here's the price. And when you invest, this is what will happen for you. And then, of course, there's that social proof that is sprinkled throughout the copy.
Right.
Yes.
And I think my homepage is written like that, but I just wanted to make sure. I wanted to clarify that. Mm-hmm. Great.
Absolutely. So it is a journey that our potential clients and customers are taking when they are considering buying from us, and using the right message at the right point, at the right time, where they are in that journey is really crucial to help move them through our sales funnel from not knowing about us to becoming interested in us, partaking in our programs maybe at a very low level, free, very low cost, low investment, and then moving toward, investing in our higher price programs and becoming a very loyal and happy client. It's all good stuff. And you're all well equipped to know how to do that even better. All right, well, that concludes our call today. I will be posting the resources for you, especially the handouts today, so that you can get started whenever you're ready. And probably the YouTube will be posted. This YouTube video will be posted in, I'll try to get it up tomorrow for you. I'm usually pretty good about getting it up within 24 hours. All right, everyone. Well, you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you on the forum.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye,
You're
everybody.
welcome.
Everybody.
Bye.
Bye.